right, welcome back here, Tim. We're waking up to not so much of a chilly morning as we did get, in the past week or so here.
Yeah, we've got most of our temperatures are above freezing. We do have some 30s out there to begin the day. We're starting off cloudy, but we're about to get into mostly sunny skies. Path of travel out there kind of greeted anywhere between 29 to 31 degrees from Saluda to Edgefield. That's where we have kind of our cluster of freezing temperatures north of I-20. A few of them are at the freezing mark out there in Bamberg and Allendale, but mostly have stayed in that middle 30 mark as a little bit of some light sprinkles have been passing by over the past few hours. We're heading into the upper 50s to about 60-degree temperatures here for today. Seasonal highs, which look fantastic in the region here. 62 is where we're targeting just about every day or more, because we're talking 70-degree weather. Big jump there, about almost 15 degrees warmer tomorrow afternoon with 61 to 74. We're going to come back just still around the 70 mark with some rain involved into that midweek planner here. But we should stay away from freezing temperatures the majority of the week. About 40 tomorrow, heading in toward Wednesday. That's our mostly cloudy morning where temperatures are going to be up in the 50s. But by the end of the week, we do trend a little bit colder. Rain chances will kind of come and go throughout the second half of the week, Wednesday and then Friday night, kind of in the late part of Friday, setting up to what could be a little bit of a soggy Valentine's Day weekend. But projected to have some healthy rainfall totals that could get up there 1 to 2+ inches along and north of I-20. Some of those higher totals up there, maybe 3 inches of rain up in North Georgia mountains in western North Carolina. But that's not bad. We're in a pretty deep drought right now, and that type of rainfall would definitely do us very well because we did see a little bit earlier in last week, but didn't really make much of a dent in it. As far as we can see, our 30s with decreasing clouds are going to turn into upper 50s and low 60s by the end of the afternoon there. About 5:30, heading into the overnight forecast with temperatures that'll be around that upper 30 to low 40 mark. So away from freezing we go, and even warmer Tuesday forecast coming in, mostly sunny to partly cloudy. We're hanging in there with low 70s for tomorrow and Wednesday. Towards the end of the week, we start dropping back down around 60, and for Valentine's Day and Sunday, we're going to have a much greater chance for some rainfall there, but should still be around that almost 60-degree mark, seasonal highs through the weekend there. Ashley?
All right, Tim, thank you. Well, months after Irina Zarutska was killed on a Charlotte light rail, another tribute is being made to remember the Ukrainian refugee. A mural is now on display in uptown Charlotte, a part of a collection of murals in California, Washington, D.C., and Florida. Also with the mural, North Carolina's governor signed an executive order giving more access to behavioral health resources and furthers the efforts of Irina's law. That law makes it harder for people charged with a violent crime or who have a criminal history to be released before trial. And in Orangeburg, SC State marked 58 years since the Orangeburg massacre. In 1968, police opened fire on nearly 200 unarmed students. 2 college students and 1 high school student was killed. Their names Henry Smith, Samuel Hammond, and Delano Middleton. Those students were demonstrating for the integration of a bowling alley there. Well, yesterday there was a day-long commemoration for the survivors and those who lost their lives.
There's a formality to it, but it's also a spiritual experience for us because it's something that's woven into the fabric of our family. My grandmother lost her youngest son, and my dad lost his baby brother. So it means everything for us to be here today.
At the commemoration, people lit candles, sang songs, and gave speeches. The university also opened its new bowling alley to honor the lives of the 3 students who died that day. Well, during this Black History Month is the 5th annual Artists of Color show. Inside North Augusta's Art and Heritage Center, African Americans and other artists of color are being celebrated. The exhibit features 30 people from the CSRA. Organizers say artists of color grows every year between the artwork they put on display to the people who come to admire it.
I think that's been the biggest part of just educating everybody that there are so many talented people around here. It's nice seeing them get out of their shell. I think it can be a little awkward sometimes having to talk to people or re-explain, but I think that's what helps people connect to the art and land the sales.
And you can see this exhibit through February 27th. The closing reception will be on the 19th from 5 to 8 p.m. Well, we're on your side this morning with a safety alert about upstate South Carolina's measles outbreak. Health officials there say there are now 44 new cases since last Tuesday. That brings the outbreak total to 920 confirmed cases. So far, officials have not confirmed whether that case found in Sumter County is linked to the upstate outbreak. But as that outbreak goes on, a state senator is proposing a controversial bill. The bill would ban people from using religious exemptions for not getting the MMR vaccine before going to public schools. Well, South Carolina's Attorney General Alan Wilson is an outspoken opponent of this bill, saying it violates religious freedom rights. The bill has been referred to the Senate Medical Affairs Committee, and we'll have much more on that later on. A bill could change school for every public school student in Georgia. Your child could start their day walking through a weapons detector, similar to what you've experienced at a sporting event or the airport. Supporters call it common sense security. Critics call it costly, and there's still no guarantee a weapon won't get through. Your Georgia State House reporter Abby Casores explains.
One at a time, one at a time.
At Midtown High School in Atlanta, students start the day walking through evolved weapons detection machines while staff watch for alerts. If it flashes red, security steps in for a targeted check. Atlanta Public Schools says it's already made a difference.
This is a deterrent. It has also helped us find guns, so it's worked both ways for us.
APS Police Chief Ron Applin says before Evolve, the district recovered 32 guns in a year. Now it's closer to 7, but he says students still test the system.
Like anything, people are going to test the system, right? And we get that and understand that. So we have to be ahead of that.
And nationwide, there are still cases where weapons slip through. The National Association of School Resource Officers says it's tracked 51 incidents since 2022, even in schools using detectors.
Mr. Leader, if you'd step to the hot mic.
Now Georgia lawmakers are battling over whether every public school in the state should be required to install them.
The objective here is to allow that flexibility locally to determine, number one, the appropriate type of weapons detection system.
House Majority Leader Chuck Efstration says schools could use state safety grants that total about $50,000 per year. But critics say the price tag could be far higher and the logistics are overwhelming.
We have another campus that has 22 buildings. It has 49 entrances.
Democrats say this creates an expensive mandate.
We cannot continue to make false promises to our students and families and give false sense of security.
Democrat State Representative David Wilkerson called it a vendor bill, accusing lawmakers of setting up contracts for private companies. Efstration visibly upset at the accusation. He denies that.
That is absolutely false. There is absolutely no vendor that brought this idea to me.
But for parents watching from the crowd, the fear is real and constant.
Every single day that I send my kids out, I'm praying, Lord, please let these kids come home today.
A prayer now at the center of this fight under the Gold Dome. The bill passed a crucial committee vote this week. It would need a green light from the Rules Committee before it could be brought to the House floor for a vote, and it would still need to pass in the Senate. Questions remain about cost, staffing, and whether these detectors could prevent the next tragedy. At the state capitol, I'm Abby Casores.
Well, Georgia gubernatorial candidate Keisha Lance Bottoms visited Augusta over the weekend. The former Atlanta mayor met with neighbors to learn about what they want in the next governor and how she can fulfill that role. We spoke to her about what her goals for Georgia are if elected this November.
There have been great things happening in Georgia, but there can be even better things happening in Georgia. Making sure our healthcare system is shored up, making sure that we are standing in the gap for our businesses and our families who need our support is now more important than ever.
After her visit at Trellis Coffee Bar, Bottoms visited Sparta for a meet and greet on Saturday.